Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am back once again for another Slim Sports interview. And as always, I'm your host, Jay Slim. And once again on the podcast, we got an FSW Buccaneer. You see the FSW jersey behind me. I always got to go back to my roots, the JUCO roots, where I was able to really figure out what I wanted to do with my life. This guy right here, he was able to figure out how much of a baller he was this past season, his first year at the collegiate level with FSW, a lights out shooter for one of the best teams in the entire country from FSW. And now we'll be going off to do the same thing in the Southland Conference with Lamar next season. Ladies and gentlemen, 6'6" guard heading to the D1 ranks, Lamont Hartfield. How's it going, El?
Going good. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. Excited to get you on. You had a great freshman year with the Buccaneers this past season in the JUCO ranks, and now congrats on signing with Lamar to go off to the D1 level, show off what you can do with your talents there. And I want fans, viewers, real quick, before we hop into these questions, to get to learn some of these accolades that you've gotten just in year one alone. In a quick segment that I like to call Resume Rundown, where we're going to show off this resume where already as a freshman, you were an all conference selection. You were second team all Citrus Conference, which you and I both know the Citrus Conference is probably one of, if not the best conference in the entire country at the JUCO level. And not only
Uh,
all conference selection, you helped lead your team to being Citrus Conference champions in 2026. And with all the winning, all the numbers that you put up, you earned a lot more offers than just Lamar. You had Queens, who made the NCAA tournament, offering you FGCU, Central Michigan, a lot of very talented programs wanting to bring you into theirs. And we'll touch on Lamar here in a little while. But real quick, I want to ask you about this first year at the college level with FSW, playing alongside a lot of other Division One talent. Coach Wallace, who is a good friend of mine, he is a fantastic head coach that knows how to develop players, knows how to get them to become better versions of themselves on and off the court. Talk to me real quick about year one with this program and how you would say it was able to kind of skyrocket your development.
yeah. So obviously, I didn't have the recruitment as everybody else did coming out of high school. Um, you know what I mean? So I feel like JUCO's the best route. Um, FSW being a good situation. You know what I mean? Great campus. You know what I mean? Good gym. Great competition. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So having to be able to come and compete every single day, what's going to be really good for me. Um, so yeah, yeah. FSW was a really good route for me, especially not being a top highly ranked guy coming out of high school. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know like FSW was the only offer really, so it was really me taking a chance to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have waited. I feel like I wanted to wait it at first, waited until the portal. You know what I mean? Till the portal closed, so the D1 coach could try to come and give me one of the low down offers. You know what I mean? So I couldn't walk on or anything like that. But I was like, nah, I'm just going ahead and take a chance with JUCO route and go in there and ball out. And we're here now.
Yeah, and I mean, you were able to go to FSW this past season, average 12.2 points per game, four rebounds, shot over 36% from beyond the arc, knocked down a lot of threes throughout the season for sure. I mean, Santa Fe, you had 21 points with seven made threes, all of your points coming from beyond the arc there. Southern Union State, you had 22 points, six rebounds, five assists as well there. And then going against number nine Daytona State. 28 points, knocked down six threes going against them. And I mean, throughout the season, you were able to put up these numbers, but it wasn't at first because the first couple of games, you guys were trying to figure out who was doing what, your guys' roles, obviously everyone at the start of the season thinks, okay, I got to go in. I have to be the main scorer. I have to be the one that scores 20 a night. Obviously, you guys realize that's not the case with all the different talented scores that you guys had. You could figure out, obviously, you were a great three-point threat. You had Mason Blazer, who was able to be a three-level scorer. Stephen Okoro, one of the top rebounders in the entire country. Talk to me real quick about when you would say you really were able to figure your role out for this team and when you were able to flourish it to go off and average double figures as a true freshman.
Um, coming in, uh, I think I knew what my role was. I think I knew what my role was, a 3 and D guy. You know what I mean? Coming in, it just didn't start clicking until the like you know what I'm saying, the middle of the season. Uh, First couple games was shaky, shooting bad shots, just getting them up. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm a freshman. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I want to get them. I'm going to get them up now. So I just had to watch film, calm down. You know what I'm saying? Take a load off myself, and you know what I mean? Get in the gym and shoot the shot that I practice on. You know what I mean? I don't practice contested shots every single day. You know what I mean? So just shoot the good shots. Just work on that and yeah, I say the middle of the season. Middle of the season is really when it start liking it. I start taking better shots, getting more wide open looks. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that you are able to kind of take on a leadership role as well as a freshman. Obviously, you got a great group of sophomores with you, Kenyon, Mason, Steven, obviously Dooley and Smooth, who were there for a little bit before their seasons ended abruptly early on. But you as a freshman were able to take on this leadership role and kind of get the fire lit in some situations. Obviously, with your 3-point scoring, but also your ability to slash to the basket, great defensive presence as well. Talk to me real quick about being this young player. I believe you're what, 18, 19 years old, and you're becoming a leader before their eyes, trying to help show people, hey, we got to do this, we got to do that. Talk to me real quick about that leadership role you took on.
Yeah. So coming in, I wasn't as a I mean, being a leader, I think it comes in all different ways. It's not just on the court. You know what I mean? It's off the court too, and I feel like I showed that very well off the court. So I just wanted to practice that. I just wanted to come in and show that I can show it on the court as well. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a very talkative guy. So like when I mean by off the court, I mean like I'm where I'm supposed to be at. You know what I mean? I'm not getting in trouble. You know what I mean? But on the court, it's me yelling at guys, hey, 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 do this, do that. You know what I mean? And then I give credit to my teammates too. So like once we yell at everybody, once we talk to people, we yell at our own teammates. It's not a back and forth thing. You know what I mean? It's you know what I'm saying? He know what I'm telling him is it's gonna help us win. You know what I mean? So it was a credit to the guys. They really they brought in, they stepped up, and they been grown men. You know what I mean? I can't tell you something and you start crying and pouting, man. I mean, you don't want to be here. You're trying to win. I mean, so, yeah.
Mhm. Hey, I mean, winning mentality, 1 through 15 on that roster, everybody doing what they were supposed to do. Obviously, the coaches having a winning pedigree, winning mentality as well. And you yourself, you were able to come in and right off the bat made some big time shots, big time plays throughout the entire season, going against some of the best of the best. And I want to talk real quick about some of these plays specifically in a segment that I like to call Make That Play, where I went through Synergy. I took a look at every single made basket you had, all these big time moments that you had throughout the season. And I put together my list of what I feel like were your top 3 plays from this past season. But I'm just a stats guy. I'm just a fan in the stands. You're the one on the court doing what you do best. So, what would you say was your best play from this past season?
Uh, my best play from this past season. I would say against number nine. I would say no against number nine against Daytona. Number nine against Daytona. I feel like the ball obviously me being a freshman, that was the ball getting inbounded and clock was running down and we were down. And I took the ball coast to coast and laid it up and I think I don't remember. I don't know if I tied the game or we went up one. So yeah, I don't remember. But
That was the one
yeah, I
forcing
think that was
overtime, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, well, it's
yeah,
funny enough that you mentioned that. That's at number 1 on my list as well. I completely agree with you there. And we're going to
yeah.
touch on that here in a sec. But first, I'm going to start off at number 3 on my list, which is that two-handed slam you had against
Oh
Gordon
yeah,
State, where we talked about your
yeah.
shooting ability. You showed off your ability to rise up and just dunk it on some people, dunk it on some heads, and obviously showcase that elite level athleticism against a very talented Gordon State team. Credit to them, but they were no match for Lamont Hartfield and the Bucks. Number 2 isn't really just one play, it's a couple because you had 3 straight threes going against Santa Fe where you just
Hmm.
you just needed a heat check. I mean, lights out score left and right. whether it was a corner three, top of the arc, wing, whatever, you were able to knock down a whole lot of shots in that game. And then number one is that full court drive to tie up the game against Daytona State, forced overtime 84 to 84, and eventually went on to get the win over the Falcons. So that layup that you had wasn't just critical for overtime, it was critical for that win overall, being able to come up clutch in
Yeah.
big time moments for this Bucks team throughout the season. And overall on the year, you guys went 23 and 8, had a 13 and 3 conference record that win over number nine Daytona State, 98 to 97 there. Southern Union, you guys got the win 114 to 75 there. And then Santa Fe, 79 to 64. Just a few of a whole lot of wins that you guys had. But there was a little bit of a hiccup there for a little bit. Three-game losing streak against very, very talented opponents. Number seven Gulf Coast State, Pensacola, and Florida State College of Jacksonville. Obviously, you and I both know that the Florida region, all those teams are incredibly talented, much like yourselves. All of those losses, though, just by single digits, just by a couple of points. So you guys see what you're able to do. And then obviously went on, and I believe you guys went on like a 13 and 1 run there afterwards to just dominate. What would you say those couple of games showed you guys about your team to where you were able to fix it real quick and go off on that dominant run?
I say toughness. It showed us how tough we are. You know what I mean? Guys, I saw guys that need to step up, stepped up. You know what I mean? The 13 game. Um, it was hard, but I mean, our practices we prepared for it. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody. We was practicing almost like twice a day. You know what I mean? So we was preparing for it. We was running. We was ready for it. Guys wasn't like I said when it comes to leadership. Guys wasn't crying. We was telling people, getting on people's butts. Guys wasn't crying, wasn't talking a bag. A lot of guys was in the gym, a lot. So yeah, it showed toughness, how tough we were. Um, so yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, so many newcomers on this team as well. Obviously, you yourself coming in as a freshman, but Mason Blazer transferred over from St. Petersburg, I believe he was at. Kenyon Giles came from the D2 ranks. You had Stephen Okoro came from, I believe it was Detroit Mercy, D1 ranks. And then you had, I believe, Smooth, Roman Cummings, and Dooley were the only three returners that actually saw time on the court a year ago for the Bucks. So a lot of guys in the rotation, in the starting lineup that are new to FSW where everyone's trying to blend together. I know obviously you mentioned a couple of times, you got to yell at one another every once in a while, and everyone took it like a man. Everyone had that maturity, that level of leadership to where they realized, okay, we got to hear something that we don't want to hear sometimes. But what else was it when it came to your guys' style of play overall to where you guys were able to blend what really seemed like from game one to where you guys could go off and get wins over top ranked opponents?
we we're a very skilled team, very athletic team. Uh, so it was just really, we were playing carefree basketball. Really, that's what we were really trying to strive for. Obviously we had set plays in the half court, but we didn't want to do that. We long, athletic, fast, so we trying to get up and down the court. You know what I mean? So, but other than that, we like to play it when we get in half court. We like to play outside. We like to depend on our jump shots. You know what I mean? Shoot first. If we close out, you know what I'm saying? Drive, we got a kick. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's really what we was trying to get to this
Mhm.
year.
Yeah, I know Coach Wallace has a very fast-paced style to where you guys were able to get off a lot of threes. And if for whatever reason the three wasn't falling, guess what? You had Stephen Okoro, Roman Cummings grabbing some rebounds down there, able to dish it back out for you guys to get up some more shots. So obviously a great
Yeah.
group offensively and defensively. You guys did your thing there as well. And going off to win this Citrus Conference, I know Daytona State had won it the past couple of years. Obviously, they were a top 10 team in the country most of the season. You guys were in the top 25 rankings a majority of the season as well. And you guys were able to get over that hump that FSW kind of had hit a wall against them the past couple of years, managed to beat them, I believe, twice on the season. You guys beat Daytona State, also beat Eastern Florida State, who's a top 25 team as well. What was it this year that was so unique and special about this season overall you would say as a newcomer coming in, as a true freshman, to where you feel like, okay, this was the X factor that led us to winning the championship?
Um, Let me start off here. I knew we were gonna be good. When once we all got here in the summer, we all got there in the summer, man. We stayed together. You know, the classes we all of us had a lot of classes together. We all did activities together on the weekends, not just going out to the club trying to party. We all went out to go do some bowling, go karting, top golf, regular golf course. We all did some, and I think that's a good thing to do when you're trying to bond and have it because everything don't work on the court. You got to have some type of, you know what I mean? That's how you figure out things with your teammates. You know what I'm saying? You just can't figure it out on the fly. You got to hang with them, bond with them. And then that's when you get to the court. Then, you know what I'm saying? Then you can talk to them. Hey, how you like it? What you like this? You know what I'm saying? What you like? You want me to drag it for you? You know what I mean? Things like that. So I knew it was gonna be good, man. Our team bonding was crazy. We loved each other. You know what I mean? So once we got to the court, it was real simple. You know what I mean? Obviously we make mistakes, but it once we got rolling, it was like, man, mistake free basketball, man. It was good basketball. I love it.
Hey, I mean, KG and Dooley both said the exact same thing that you just did when I asked them that same question. And
Love
that was the team bond. You guys always hanging out with one another, able to go out and do stuff together. Obviously, that helps bring that continuity together. That's why you guys had the season that you were able to do. And obviously, I believe you're one of five guys signed to the D1 level already, might be up to six now. I've lost track. FSW, ever
it.
since my time there, they've always produced Division 1 level talent left and right. And you yourself, you chose Lamar University in Texas. I believe you're from Dallas, Texas, so not too far of a drive
Yeah.
from where you're at to where you're going to continue your collegiate career in the D1 ranks. What was it outside of obviously being close to home? You got family that's going to be able to come out to the games. What else went into your decision to choose their program as that next step for you to be able to continue your career?
Um, like you said, home, great coaching staff. Coach B called me. Um, and I knew it was gonna be something special when the head coach, he called me every day. He told me, if I call you every day, that mean I love you. He sit up here and called me every day until I committed. He called me every day until I committed. To this day, he still calls me every day after I committed. So man, it's things like that, like the coaching, the coaches, um, and then restart. It's a restarting job too. Everybody knew, everything new. You know what I mean? So me coming in and I get to have fun, compete. Everybody knew. You know what I'm saying? No coaching staff, new 10, new 12. You know what I mean? So I mean, in my head, I'm thinking if I come in and I don't start, it's because of me. It's not because the coach got a favor or anything. You know what I mean? So, things like that, just small stuff like that. And obviously, I'm getting the money. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
Hey man, I mean you go out, you're gonna be able to help start off a new era for Lamar University, a new
Yeah,
style for for their team, and obviously hopefully go off and average double figures once again, play alongside a lot of other great talent coming in for their program, just as you just got to play alongside a lot of great talent from FSW, and whether it's from the Bucks or from Lamar coming up, I want to give you a chance to shout some people out, some teammates out in this segment called Who's Up Next, where you get to recommend some names and I can have them on to talk about their careers, their stories, just as you're doing now. So, who would you say comes to mind to hop on next on the Some Sports podcast?
uh, I say. I say my boy Monte Allen Johnson, out of Flint, Michigan. Uh, man, I say my boy, who else? My boy Tashin Gary. He had a Dallas guard. Uh, that's it. They can come from on the top of my mind, man. That's it. Them guys there,
Hey,
and my boys, man.
obviously a lot of
You
talent
said
that you
what?
got to play with. It's hard to choose
Yeah,
just a few of
man, it's a
them, man.
lot. It's a lot.
I know
Yeah,
Tay, he's going off. I believe he signed with USC Upstate, so congrats to him. He's going to actually
yeah.
go play for the original FSW head coach, Marty Richter, who was there before my
Yeah,
time as well. So a lot of great system there. Another program that's trying to get their feet under them. He recently took the job just a year or two ago. So you're going to be feeling kind of what they're going through a little bit, hopefully a little bit better going off and right away being able to find your guys' feet underneath you. And part of being able to do that is the off-season work, is you finding ways to
yeah,
improve your game even further to go into your sophomore year at the college level, an even better version of yourself. So what would you
yeah.
say is that next part of your game that you're looking to improve the most on this offseason to where you can go into your sophomore year and hopefully lead Lamar to the top of the Southland Conference?
I say my IQ, making reads faster, getting my ball handle a little bit, getting ball handle a lot better. But yeah, that's really it. Trying to become more of a as a like I'm a ball handler, but like more as a ball handler. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean. So yeah, that's really it. I got everything. I can shoot, dribble, get to the rack, 3 level score, but just trying to touch up a lot of those things and you know what I mean. Get ready for the future, man.
Hey, definitely can't wait to see what happens next year. No doubt in my mind, you're going to be hitting a whole lot more three-point shots, dunking on a few more people's head, and obviously getting a lot more wins to your career. Obviously, when you're able to start off with a winning culture as a true freshman, you're able to carry that on throughout your career to help out a whole lot of teams. And obviously, you're going to be doing that with Lamar going into next season, man. Beyond blessed to get another Buccaneer on the podcast, get you to tell your story, talk about your career, and no doubt in my mind, next year we're going to have a whole lot more to talk about with a whole lot more accolades to your name as well, man. So
Yes,
beyond blessed to get you on today for a fantastic Slim Sports interview.
yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.